Hello, everyone. Welcome. I hope everyone is doing well. Please feel free to participate, to partake in all the activities that are permissible on YouTube on my channel. Feel free, okay? Now, listen, I am not sure if you've seen this trend or this trending story on TikTok. But for some, it is disturbing. For me, it is enlightening because nothing surprises me anymore, especially with some Black Americans. The confusion is always, it's real, it's pungent. So there's this trend, this TikTok trend that is on now. Oh boy. Now these young people are reenacting the role of the oppressed people, our ancestors, and they're doing this with glee. Now, when you go on TikTok, you have to type in the word for those people who held our ancestors in captivity and so on, and who bore down on them with the whips and the chains. Because if you listen to the soundbite, you wouldn't understand what it is saying, because I believe they deliberately distorted the audio because of what the word is. But it is revealing, like I said earlier. And for me, it is a clear indication that there are some Black Americans, because we see videos all the time with them doing things that make them seem so disconnected, especially the younger generation. I don't know if they have an aversion to reading, if they were not taught history, if they choose not to learn these things so as not to make certain mistakes and not to appear to be very disconnected from their history and where they came from. That it is makes me believe that they are so discombobulated from their culture and where they're going. Because if you don't know where you came from, you can't know where you're going. You're going to have a journey that is really messed up. So I am not even going to play the soundbite here. I'm just giving you the stills. You can go to TikTok. I've been a neglectful TikTok user for the last few months. Listen, I have absolutely nothing against TikTok or any other social media platform, because these social media platforms are inanimate. They are there for you to utilize them in whichever way you desire. However, some of the things you see, sometimes you have to take breaks in between your usage to, regroup and assess what you let into your space. The other day, I was looking at a program on YouTube. I think it's Lip Service by Angela Yee. And Mino, I think his name is Mino. He's a rapper. He stated that he has a fantasy. Now listen to what his fantasy is. His fantasy is that he's a runaway slave and he wants to be captured by the slave owner's wife and punished. Yes, he even described how the look he would have. He would be all sweaty and grimy, and then he would be punished, and that is his fantasy. And he admitted that he knows that people will think that he's weird, but that is just something that he's fantasizing about. And it's interesting that I would believe that because of where our ancestors came from and what they have been through, history shows, we know these things. You wouldn't want to go back there, but I'm telling you, this thing, Stockholm Syndrome, is real. It is real. Even though these are just descendants, sometimes the mindset, it is jarring. Why would you want to volunteer? Your ancestors fought so hard to be free people and to be seen as a free people, because with that comes respect. However, here we have their descendants volunteering to be back in those days where they were oppressed mentally and physically, and they see nothing wrong with expressing these things. Fine. I mean, you have these desires and these fantasies, you express them. But in my mind, some things are better left unsaid. I do not know why people think that it's okay to share everything. Oh my gosh, you have to be careful, because people are going to dissect and then they'll come at you. So when you put it out there, there is no controlling people's responses. I always say that. Some things I would never say. So there people are seeing these things, and it is kind of confusing, because here you have, on one hand, you're fighting for this recognition, and you're fighting for equality and respect and all these things, and equity, and then you are portraying something completely different. It is confusing. And that is the message. If that is the message you're sending, well, then the responses you'll get will be mixed. That is why I always think that Black Americans are confused. And with that being said, I am over this topic. Again, thank you very much for being here. And please check out my store and support me like you usually do. Stay safe and be self aware.